That last slide, I got to get that last slide a little better. good, good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
dude,
dude.
along
There we go.
with my partner in crime, Ryan Sullivan. Uh, I can hear myself on y'all's end, so that's pretty wild.
We're back. We're back.
Yeah. Hey, we've got a podcast pro with us, Ryan. I'm hearing myself, I guess, somewhere. How do I fix that? Do you know if there's an issue that we can fix that before we have this
You
conversation?
still hear yourself now?
Uh, check one, check two.
Mic
Hey,
check, mic check. 1 2 1
boom,
2.
What's
boom,
up?
we're good. Hey, you have a podcast pro on your
But
podcast, and you get technical help just
it's
like
all
that.
good, man. Headphones, by the way. That is the way if you don't want to hear yourself in the background. But I just put
Well,
mine on just in case, but it's all good.
well, when you put yours on, it fixed mine. So you know
Oh, good.
what?
Yeah, perfect. No, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So whatever is happening now, we are good to go. And what we do, Ryan, I don't know if you've seen what we're doing over here. So I'm going to tell we bring in a guest like Ryan every single day, don't we, Freddie?
We give it our best shot to have somebody every day because when it's just me and the average dude, it's pretty average.
I'm happy to be here, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So what we do, we bring people in, we talk to them about how they get their mind right, how they get their day started with that cup of coffee and ready to rumble. I know you just sent me a message. You said I got to get my post done. So tell us about your kind of morning routine for a rock star podcaster producer like yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's important to me, but I will say, like, caveat with the goal of the morning routine is just to get to work. So whatever allows you to get in that mode of work, that's what you want to do, right? So for me, it's shower, meditation if I have time. Like today, I didn't do the meditation, but that's okay. If I hit 5 out of 7, if I hit 6 out of 7 days, I'm good. And really, like, bringing that mindfulness from that's the type of meditation I practice into my life. That's the more practical side, right? So those are the real two things. And obviously getting my girlfriend's coffee ready too, which is mandatory.
Hey, that's mindfulness right there.
That's
First on the
mindfulness right
list.
there. You know it. But it's
Hey,
real simple. I've done every single morning routine, cold showers, workout at 7 o'clock in the morning, every single thing, read for 30 minutes, like all of it. I've done all of it. And the best morning routine is the morning routine that works for you.
the best morning routine that works for you. I have some things I want to say about that, but I want to turn it over to Freddie, see what he's got to say.
No,
Anything
go
hit you
ahead.
in
I
that?
agree. You can try so many things that all filters out to what prepares you the best.
Get to work. The goal of this show is to get you to work. Whatever it is that you're doing, get involved in it, get in that flow state. And so for me, I like to connect with people. I like to ask questions. I like to get inspired by other people and things that they have done. And Ryan, I know we're going to ask you to do a quote of the day and a 2-minute skill. So I don't know what you're going to talk about there, but I do want to talk about what you did, which was I forget, you were in the trades, were you not? At
Yeah,
one point?
so I was a mechanic for 4 years. So that was a big part of my life, and I absolutely loved it. I was just on another podcast talking about that, and it's influenced a lot of what I do now as well. But yeah, that was my skill trade.
And then you had kind of some side hustles. I know you like to rap, you like to DJ. I've seen you put up some of your stuff, and that's really different. That's exciting. So you were doing that. So you were kind of stretching even within your job, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, always doing something, 2 or 3 jobs at a time. Just the hustle, man.
Just a hustle.
Doing the
And
nine
then
to five during the day, and then the 5 to 9 at night.
So
that's
let's just rewind 30 seconds and to this rap situation.
Sure.
Where did the inspiration for that come from?
Yeah, man, that actually came from in high school. There was a kid who was like rapping in my high school, and me and my friend had been rapping a little bit, and he kind of got me into it. And so we were like, oh, we're gonna make a diss track for this kid. So we did, and then the whole school listened to it. Teachers listened to it. Substitutes listened to it. Like, people were coming up to us like, "Hey, I heard your song." So
That's
then
cool.
it was crazy, and at that point, it was I didn't even mean to make it into anything. Then I did an EP after that. Then I met a music producer who was my mentor. Then we did an album, and then I just kind of kept going from there. Live performances, and so it's a really fun thing. I make music and podcasts. I just happen to help companies make podcasts, but that's my day to day music and podcast, man.
Nice.
Oh man, I love it, dude. I love seeing you with some of the clips that you put on LinkedIn, getting out there and getting the crowd into it and jumping
Oh, yeah.
around and rapping. I think
That's
it's
it.
cool.
That's what it's
Yeah.
about. And the dude has seen some of the evolution too, man. We've been connected for a long time, so
I know.
hell yeah.
Isn't that amazing how we can get connected? I've known Ryan for quite some time. I've seen him keep growing and keep learning. You wouldn't believe some of the podcast principles and some of the background work that goes into what he's created here. It takes somebody that is getting up, is focused, that likes what they're doing, and that's good at it. Right? It's not just like, yeah, you push this button and you do good things.
I wish it was like that and
I mean, but
make my life
seriously,
easier, right? But
yeah,
you realize the bit every single day. I realize the business I'm actually in. So it's like, oh, you think it's audio editing? No, but it's podcasts. But podcasts are really media, and media is a way to connect with your customers, and so it just keeps going and going and going.
yes,
Keeps redefining. So
that's it. You said the word that I was getting ready to say, and I'm much older, so I should be wiser. But we keep redefining these terms, right?
yep,
And we think, oh, a podcast. I mean, a podcast years ago was just an audio. Like, what was it? So
yeah.
at the end of the day, like what I've been focusing on with it's like connection, proximity, and energy. These are the things that work to have good conversations and good things come out. It doesn't sound canned. How can we do that so people can get warm and fuzzy and we can sell stuff?
That's it. This is a podcast right now, man. Podcasts are very much gray area now. It can be what you want it to be, and I love that.
That's right. Yeah, we need to talk to people. All right, I want to hear what you got for this.
Quote of the day. Quote of the day.
Nothing. I mean, the quote of the day, Ryan. What you got for us?
Rather than love, than money, than faith, than fame, than fairness, give me truth. That is a paraphrase of Henry David Thoreau, one of my favorite authors. It's not the exact quote, but it's actually from a movie called Into the Wild, where this guy named Christopher McCandless walked like across the country. It's about this crazy story, and then he unfortunately passed away in Alaska. But he paraphrased that quote, and that stuck with me. So one of my favorites.
Oh my God! I knew I liked this guy, Freddie. I love that one. What do you think, Freddie?
Oh, well, I mean, if you just slow it down, read it back to yourself, at the end of the day, don't we all want just the truth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So true,
And the
man.
truth, if if we really want to grow and we really want to be ourselves and we really want a full life and we really want to self-actualize and we really want to be happy, yes, you do want the truth.
Well,
The
yeah,
truth
even
of
if you don't
yourself.
want it, right? Even if you don't want it's something that you need, even if you don't want it.
That's
So
right.
yeah,
That's
man.
that's exactly right. It's an uncomfortable truth, very, very likely.
Those
You
are
know.
the best ones, really, right? I mean,
Yes, but
Yeah,
that hunger
don't
for
feed
truth,
me
man.
nonsense.
yep. That's it,
Hey,
man.
hey,
Keep it real.
if somebody asked me to be on a podcast, that's the kind of quote that I would have come up with. So
Good.
I like a
That's
lot.
the only one I know. So
Yeah.
I saw a quote and I was like, well, that's the one I know. So we'll use that one.
Hey, I love the honesty. Here we go. 2 minute message or less. 2 minutes or less. Here.
Get ready. It's time for the 2-minute skill.
Freddie's going to tell you what the 2 minute skill is.
Ryan, here's your chance to teach, preach, coach, joke, or rap as long as it's 2 minutes or less.
Call me the postman because I always deliver. I got the rhyme so cold, probably making you shiver. My mind unlocked 2 codes when it's taking a little. My brain cells are brittle, form a circle like skittle and get between it like middle, so I could kill with these riddles, but I still chill little.
Oh, let's go.
I wasn't gonna do that, but I had to. I feel like you guys brought the energy. I had to.
Oh,
Um,
man.
I'll add a quick tip on top of it. So, public speaking, right? That's what we're doing right now. If you're speaking to anybody publicly, if I'm rapping on a stage, if I'm DJing, if I'm on a podcast, if I'm talking to my neighbor outside, it doesn't matter. Public speaking. Things you got to know. Talk about things you know. You know how many times I've done that rap? Thousands and thousands of times. That's the one that I do. I have it canned. I have it ready to go. Then you want to be familiar, right? I know the dude. I now know Freddie. I'm comfortable. It's a comfortable environment. And then the last part of it is your inflection, your speed, which I'm from New Jersey, so I have to work on that, and your eye contact, right? So when you're talking to people, you want to be focused on them, not focused on you, right? You're the actor. You're acting through the role. You're not the director at that moment, right? So that's my 2-minute skill today.
Oh man, hey, you had my interest. I didn't know what the time was, Freddie, because he nailed it. I believe that might be the best 2-minute skill I've heard.
That is the highest ranking 2-minute
Oh
skill.
man, you guys are too kind. You guys are too kind.
No. It was you nailed it. Go ahead, Freddie. What are you gonna say before I keep talking?
Well, he grabbed our attention with the rhyme.
I mean,
and then he nailed us with the truth. Have you ever dealt with somebody who's trying to tell you something and you know the whole time they're talking to you, they have no idea what they're talking about? You lose respect immediately.
Yeah. But he said, we talked about yesterday that preface, that the yesterday's Alex was our guest yesterday, Ryan, and he said something, well, I've been thinking about and been excited about this message, and I love that because that helped him do what your number 2 was, get comfortable in the space. He didn't jump right into it. He prefaced it and said, man, I've been thinking about this skill and that sort of, but that lens is real. That tells me I'm not like,
context. It's context. The best content is context, right? So you have to give the context first. We have to set the stage. You guys are saying, oh, you rap, you DJ. Oh, I saw your rap video. We're setting the stage for, so if I do come out and rap, okay, well, we already talked about how that might happen, right? So it's not crazy out of the blue. So yeah, you really want to focus on the context. That's a great point too.
I want to kind of drop back a little something because I think it's important when we are podcasting. The question that Freddie asked you about rapping. So my mind, I'm thinking, where am I taking Ryan? I'm thinking about, hey, we've got 15 minutes. We got to keep moving. And Freddie asked a great question that really opened Ryan up when he said, tell me about the rap. How did you get into rap? Right. And then that took us into your school days. And when he did that, I said, man, I started thinking about Ryan, and I started thinking about you doing that rap, and I started, it started painting a picture of who you are instead of me being in that kind of locked in role.
Yeah, it makes the audience even more relaxed too. It's a one-to-one relationship, right? That's why for me, if I talk to more people, that's easier. Like if you give me a crowd of 1,000, that's easier than a crowd of 10, right?
Yes.
Like it's a group energy. They're like everybody moves together, right?
I completely agree. So that's one of the things that I have started doing here. Ryan, we're digressing everywhere, but I love it. It's talking to a variety of different people, having a lot of people in the room. I call that masterminding the topic or the subject or whatever we need to do, because then you can pass the ball.
That's your skill set, man. You're great at that too, man. Connection.
Well,
You're a connector.
I appreciate that, but I love having Freddie on my team. It's a great time to have. We work together.
Well, Freddie's the co-host, right? That's the thing with podcasting too, is you guys have you got a different background, different experience, different personality, right? All that stuff makes that show, right? And that's why I love this format. It's great.
Well, I appreciate that. Let me ask you this. One more thing. This has been great. Picking the right partner. You picked a business partner. I knew you knew him for quite some time. How's that worked out, and what have you learned about getting the right people on your team?
Yeah. So, and first of all, he's not a business partner technically. He's your general manager. So that's an important thing to note, which is going in, we figured out like, no, I want to have a job, right? I'm the entrepreneur. I'm the risk taker. I'm going to own the business. He's going to be essentially like the entrepreneur. And be able to operate the business, right? So when you go into any partnership, I'm about to go into another one for an entertainment company right now, you have to get down who owns what, right? If somebody's operating and then somebody's selling and marketing, who owns what though, right? Who owns the IP? Who's under the LLC, right? All that different stuff. So like Podcast Principles, I own Podcast Principles 100%. And Jack Gallagher, my best friend, he's our general manager. He's my right-hand guy, literally like my extended mind. Like if I pass away today, he's going to run this business, right? And us knowing where we stand, right? That's a really important point when you go into a business with somebody or a podcast with somebody, or it doesn't matter what it is, right? If you're doing anything with anybody.
This has been awesome. This has been good. I hope somebody out there took something from it today. Get to work. Get to work. That's
Appreciate
what we
you guys.
do.
This is awesome, man.
Hey,
Really cool.
Freddie,
Love the
Freddie
energy.
gets the final thought though, Ryan. Let's see what Freddie's got for us. Anything on your mind, sir?
Anybody watching this, here's what I suggest you do. Have your rap ready for when you get a chance to do it.
Let's roll, baby. We're gonna end it right there.
That's it.
Have a good one, guys.
Appreciate you guys.
Later.